I'm German. I'm German. I'm German. And I happen to understand my common ancestry well enough to understand that we had Neolithic settlements in Germany before we had the magic 6,000 year poofing of James Usher, and I happen to understand this quite well. So, having given a lot of thought to this for many, many, many years, I've decided that no, prudence learns with profundity. Betrayal conceals with falsehood. We have a young earth creationist cult website. So here, while this is may sound weird, we are shutting off James Usher, an elderly, discarded, bearded man wearing a cloak and a hood stands on a prominence, gazing downward in his right hand. And we're shutting off James Usher because my father's name is David. We shall do this. This isn't a joke. This is the final judgment has been made on gotquestions.internetcult.org. This is because the Awana program requires a hey, we need to use our Awana to now actually look at Earth record of Earth fertility, because what gotquestions.internetcult.org erased in their refusal to repent and actually look at the legitimate age of the Earth was that human evolution, your women are bleeding. So this menstrual cycles, the barren, the infertility of the cults of this Paul's cults, his Saul provided you a cult system. And so what I've got is this is you kids. This is gotquestions.internetcult.org. This is what's being taught everywhere else. This is Australian Aboriginal. This is Kennewick Man. This is all of the Neolithic settlements. This is my Germanic ancestry. And yet you can go through all of my vaporless white changes. I know magic 6,000 year proofing. I'm white. I don't have the legit NASA scientists learned Earth history as they got to the moon from here. That's pretty cool. So they got to the moon from here and grew up, and working with Darwin. Working with Darwin. What did Darwin provide? What did Darwin provide? The final judgment on James Usher is what Darwin provided. The final judgment on James Usher. So I spent I didn't use that, a really long time with I dedicated to my Yorkshire Terrier, and a Terrier happened to work quite well. With a funny little reminder, he actually preferred mating with cats. He was castrated, and he had a male cat he would mate with. It was weird. So you have this apes growing up to become your children, and I was addressing one in the Silicon Valley, just a memory from the time when I was an actual engineer down there fixing the internet for when you guys broke it for Y2K, and because you're like, yay, we have technology, and the Earth is older than 6,000 years. We just made it to the moon, and now you're $250 trillion in hallucinations. So I dedicated this copy to my dog. I picked it up when On the Origin of the Species was published in 1859. My children. What can you do with something published in 1859? The worlds of thought and religion were jolted. Yay! By the 1,250 copies that were pre-sold, they did immediately sell out, and it's still an open-ended theory to their very foundations by the theory of evolution, which it proposed. Up to then, practically everyone accepted the Biblical Chronology, published in the 17th century by Bishop James Usher, who asserted that the Earth was created in 4004 BC. So here's your practically everyone, the apes at gotquestions.internetcult.org. Now we have to make everything new. Now we have to make everything new because of gotquestions.internetcult.org. So they're done. gotquestions.internetcult.org is going to retire for the Pope. You guys are the final judgment. You guys are getting like this big Darwin Award for being immature scientists, not using this technology to confirm that NASA scientists did not grow up from apes of all fucking things, to confirm where you illegitimately came from, to use and utilize the James Ussher chronology for what it was for. How many it's been in existence? We have never once had a valid writing, a valid structured Bible. We've never had it. When on the origin of the hallucinations that gotquestions.internetcult.org would not subtract God from the Bible itself in Exodus 33:11 and Deuteronomy 34:10, those two both saying God and Moses spoke face to face, they actually erase God from the Bible by saying it meant something else. And it's nothing more than a fucking newspaper that the young earth medieval cult erased God from the Bible is actually not a big surprise. I've never experienced a smart Baptist pastor, a white waferless wisp. They're all teachers of hell. And you guys are medically ill, rejecting gravity almost. You're medically ill for rejecting that Jesus did not actually walk on water. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. You got more interest in the Sea of Reeds than you need. And you have a medieval cult. You got every pulpit preaching bracket, put it up on a transparency or a projector wrong, and while your children were taught that they grew up from apes, and you got to make every fucking thing new. Gotquestions.internetcult.org. You are the final judgment. Gotquestions.internetcult.org. There are only 2 verses in the Bible, and you cherry picked them both wrong. Gotquestions.internetcult.org. So you didn't understand why Moses was 120 years when he died, why it said 175 for Abraham and shit. You didn't understand with that legitimate record of Earth history that you were medieval. The medieval can't read your own writings. No, I'm taking the whole fucking Bible away from you. Add a medieval magic sermon on a medieval magic mount. That's go to Disneyland. You don't know that God and Moses spoke face to face, and you went mentally unconscious, ignorant of Torah at that moment in time. You went ignorant with the John 1:18 delusional disorder. Gotquestions.internetcult.org. This is your final judgment. You guys are so ignorant of what you did to your congregations by teaching a legend. You guys taught a 6,000-year hallucination. For how long did you teach a 6,000-year hallucination and refuse to even open your eyes to your congregation? What pseudoscience made you think that was correct, other than going, well, what's wrong with me? I was taught great apes grew up to me. I'm categorized as a great ape, and we're evolving. Good job. Let's confirm. Well, we already know in 1859, up to then, practically, now we only have 25%. So now we say when we compare the individuals of the same variety, so the hallucinating Saline cults or the subvariety, the hallucinating atheist NASA of our older cultivated plants and animals. Hallucinating apes grew up to be kids that got questions.internetcult.org. So I'm accepting the 9/11 jihad for you, which is the easy way to understand it is everything fucking in the Bible before 9/11 meant you're going to receive it, and everything after 9/11 meant you got it. That's what it was. So I'm going to read from the Key of Solomon, the King. This is one of my favorites. I don't have the Goetia anymore. Well, if I do, I don't know. But And he was found worthy to deliver the people of Israel from Egypt out of catch it out of Egypt. Will take the young earth creation, magic poofing, and from the servitude of Pharaoh. I conjure ye by the most potent name Shaddai, which signifieth doing good unto all, including repenting for the 60,000 years you were immorally unconscious, refusing to repent at. Oh, let's use technology to see if we were here longer than 6,000 years. Now we have to use technology to say, you know what, Australia Aboriginals said fuck you also to the hallucination of the United States keeping gotquestions.internetcult.org, permitting it. We conjure ye anew, O spirits, by all the names of God. A medieval magic's poofing sermon 6,000 years later. When I saw the multitudes, I went up on the mountain. I sat down, and the disciples in Matthew chapter 4 came to me, but I have a medieval magic walking on water. Jesus hates me, left me in hell. Let's Saul formed a cult, a 7.7 billion of you cult. Saul was a black magic wizard. I conjure ye anew, and I powerfully urge ye, O demons, in whatsoever part of the world ye may be, so that ye shall be unable to remain in the fire. You kids, water. You kids, earth, or in any part of the universe. Go play with my dog. You annoy me. Or in any pleasant place which may attract ye. Stop publishing gotquestions.internetcult.org. You're a Saline cult. You broke the internet. You're the poster child for the James Escher Darwin Award that we're using Facebook, because Facebook doesn't even have a warning. You might operate with people that know that the earth is older than 6,000 years, but everyone here thinks that people in Africa grew up from apes. No. Got questions at internetcult.org ministries. I conjure ye anew by the two tables of the law. God and Moses spoke face to face. Fuck. The Saul changed his name with the mystical magic sprinkling. You got alcoholics and drunks in your dumpsters. Behold, us again prepared to conjure ye by the names and symbols of God, like Satarotas, which is like a complete and total inversion. It's Rotas, Opera, Tin, Arepo, Sator. It's completely inverted. And so, that you're the teachers of hell catching it, Saul, and he told you, it's like playing tarot with God. A winged angel emerges from a cloud and sounds a trumpet that bears a banner with the cross. Awakened by the blast, the dead rise up from their tombs. In the foreground stand a woman with arms extended, man and child, and in the background are similar figures. But here's the cult rule. I get the book of the law. That's mine. That goes with, guess what? Alcoholics Anonymous recovery. You guys got a lot of bad magic proofing stuff too, in that you pretty much believe anything you want. And so Alcoholics Anonymous bubbled up just like the internet, blah, too big, and they're not using their resources where they could. What did you learn as a child? Oh, well, that's why you're broken. So everyone's going to get a little newspaper article. This is a pat yourself on the back for evolving from apes who invented writing 500 old fucking years. Sumeria, yeah, those are apes, because that was the consequence of the pattern of earth fertility, ignoring, and now you have multiple rises in birth defects. What the fuck do you think Saul did to you, kid? With your legends of Solomon having 900 whatevers. No. They're There's no temple ground that permitted that legend. And Solomon, being the wise one, wouldn't have done that. But, wherein was the key of secrets? You could listen to onto the book of Jasher. It had 3 more instances of barren. There are over 30 barren instances of barren women. This is a fertility record I'm taking away from you. Obscurity of the words. Rotas, Opera, Tenet, Arepo, Sator, and their cult arrangements and the hidden character of the sense. Revelation 16, 17, Revelation 10. Go out to my website, Facebook users, and knowledge, for they are not worthy to possess this treasure. They are just a young earth medieval 6,000 can't turn off cult. We have to at 6,000 year earth hallucinations. Got questions.internetcult.org. You've known for over a year that the Australian Aboriginal have been there for 60 to 75,000 years. Why in the fucking hell? Got questions.internetcult.org. Have you continued to do your repetitive, you evolved from fucking moronic apes? Got questions.internetcult.org. Why? That is why I can't even go over to that school and take a Bible, because you evolved from apes. You're so moronic, immature. You can't sit your bottoms down. Go over to life science and fix your fucking education systems before you even think of trying to type anything ever again. Got questions.internetcult.org. Ever again. You're final. We're done with you. You broke. You are mentally ill. Got questions. Refusing to repent. Got questions. You are Saul's little bastard sperm baby. Got questions. You are Eve's bloody tampon. Got questions. You are God fucked you over. Got questions. Saul, stop doing the back. We want world peace more than we want gotquestions.internetcult.org, because they are immature, refuse to repent, shall sit their bottoms down and take the Bible apart with how they ever preached it wrong, and stop doing that bracketed bullshit. You're over. Thank you. We need to take it like that. Okay?